Good afternoon, everyone. My name is TJ Muehleman, founder and CEO of Standard Co., a data platform company that works in over 60 countries to help organizations large and small collect, manage, and analyze their data. Today, we're going to walk through standard data and talk about some of the more uncommon ways people use our platform to collect data. Now, typically, our customers use our data collection tools to collect data. Those are tools built in Android, iPhone, and on the desktop that makes it really easy to deploy surveys around the world to collect data. But some of our clients don't need the data collection tools. Maybe they already have their data in a database, maybe they're using other data collection tools, but they want to leverage our data management and data analysis tools to better improve their quality of their data and their understanding of their data. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do a very quick walkthrough of those two different methods for getting data into our system that does not rely on our data collection tools. The first is the ability to import a CSV. This is probably the most straightforward way and is not a technical approach to this problem. So you would come into your project, and this is a sample project, the COVID mapping project that we have, and you would click import a CSV. And we have a new and improved CSV import coming in the next several weeks, but this will let you select a file, and I'm just going to pick this one, and I'm going to upload it. And you can see here is a very brief summary. This particular CSV only has one row. The name is packing list template, and then here's a sample of the data that comes with the CSV upload. In our new and improved CSV upload, you'll be able to select the data types, which is critical for the next piece, or the piece we're going to talk about here in a moment, which is data analysis. To do good data analysis, you want to define your data types as early as you possibly can. But at this point, you'd be able to create your data set, or you can import data into an existing data set. So this is a good use case here is you have data maybe in an Excel file, maybe in an Access database, maybe in a third-party database. You would be able to export that data as a CSV and import it into standard data. And at this point, it is now, we won't actually import that, but you could then jump into our data management tools where you can filter and sort. You can export the data, you can make modifications to the data, you can delete the data, all in real time. Now, the second way, which we're not going to really demonstrate because it's kind of hard to demonstrate, is we do have a very robust API library. And you can see here that we actually have a variety of sort of endpoints that allows you to create new projects, to create new records, to manage users, and even upload and execute scripts to clean and manage data. Our API libraries are used to do automated data integrations, which we'll talk about here in just a moment. It allows you to build your own app that sits on top of our data management or data warehousing platform. And it allows you to create data automation scripts and data cleaning routines. Now, most of the organizations we work with don't have a services team that can actually do this. And the good news is that we do. So if you don't have the technical bandwidth or the technical team to implement an API like this or to create your own data cleaning, we have that internally. So the point here is that our APIs are, again, very robust and allow a lot of automation capabilities. So let me show you kind of what that means. So returning back here to the COVID mapping project, we have a variety of sort of data sets here set up. And the interesting thing here is that actually none of these are actually using our data collection tools. They're all a variety of either data integration. So for example, this Apple mobility data is coming from apple.com. It is publicly accessible. So we're pulling that data into standard data so that we can actually do analysis on mobility and the effects of mobility on COVID. If you scroll down, you'll see historical data for counties that's coming from Johns Hopkins and is coming from GitHub. And then right above it, and you see the source of standard data, because what we're actually doing is we're taking that historical data and we're creating a snapshot and running our own calculations. For example, 7-day moving average, 14-day moving average, and mortality by the population are indicators that are not in this data set, but we're calculating on our own. So that's why we've marked this as standard data. Countries data is coming from World Bank. So this data is coming from a variety of sources, whether it's the web, whether it's an API, or in some cases a PDF. For example, the Georgia Department of Public Health, we're pulling data out of a PDF. My point here is that standard data allows us to create integrations or create data import tools so that you can then manage the data in standard data. You can visualize the data in standard data, and which leads to the next point. So once the data is in here, it's already made available to our native BI tool, which is called Metabase. And so we can build dashboards with that, but it's also made available to third-party BI tools. For example, Power BI, Tableau, Stata, SAS, and others can tap into standard data to visualize data. So for example, this is an old report that we created a couple of years ago, but it's still relevant. And you can see that this data is visualization that's coming from data that was not collected natively in standard data. It was collected external to us, but imported into our tool so we can build these rich, online, real-time accessible dashboards. There's other dashboards that you can view here. So for example, this shows you data by state, and there's even filtering, the ability to kind of pick your state here within this dashboard. The way we manage all that is through our scripting engine. So our scripting engine allows you to kind of see what scripts are running and what their status is. And you can actually see that, for example, the Apple Mobility script failed on April 6th. Had a number of successes over the previous days. And so some scripts will succeed and some will fail. And our tool provides the visibility into that so that our team can dive into what's going on. The scripting engine is available to our customers to write their own and import their own scripts, but we also have a professional services team that can build them for you and manage them for you. We're very familiar with creating clean data and data that makes data analysis much more simple. So this concludes our sort of brief walkthrough of standard data and sort of the more uncommon ways you can get data into our system. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me at tj@standardco.de or visit our website www.standardco.de.